We all want to do what we can to prevent high energy costs, climate change, pollution, and struggles for scarce resources. For years, we've focused on cars as both the culprit and the solution. But we've overlooked a place where we can make a huge difference now. Where? Our homes. Houses and buildings are the single largest contributor to global warming, accounting for almost half of U.S. energy consumption and carbon dioxide emissions. A big reason for this is that Americans spend 90% of their time inside, and it takes a lot of energy to power up this indoor lifestyle. Studies show that when it comes to generating greenhouse gases, the average American house is equal to 2 cars. There are over 100 million homes in America, and we all could increase our home's efficiency and reduce our bills by 25 to 50%. What are we waiting for? The Williams family of Ann Arbor, Michigan decided it was time to take action to reduce the carbon footprint of their home. They received an energy audit from Sean Reed of the Clean Energy Coalition. Sean did many different tests to assess the energy use of their home.
Now, this is a fan. It's going to depressurize the house. So we're going to take the air that's inside the house and run it through the fan. It's going to allow us to find the different leakage sites around the house. We'll also be able to come up with a calculation that tells us, exactly how leaky the house is under average conditions.
Sean analyzed the data he collected and then gave the Williams family a report of their energy usage. Their utility bills average $4,600 a year.
We're looking at knocking that down to $2,000 for a savings of $25.55 a year.
Where should they focus first? Their heating bills. The audit showed that almost 3/4 of their energy bill was going to heating their house.
Your heating costs are the biggest part of your energy consumption. And a lot of that has to do with the fact that here in Michigan, we're primarily a heating climate.
The Williams family already made it a habit to bundle up in winter, and they already had installed a programmable thermostat, which they set to lower automatically at night and during the hours they are away from home. But that wasn't enough. They still had really high heating bills. Why? The audit showed the building envelope was leaking in many places. Heat was escaping and cold air was moving in.
Home, you want to have a thermal boundary, so it's kind of similar to in the wintertime when you're wearing your coat and your winter hat.
The blower test revealed their rim joists along the upper edge of their basement walls were like a sieve to the outside air.
See the cobweb?
This is a common place for homes to leak.
And this is really a great area to insulate.
And their basement walls had no insulation. The analysis of their building envelope upstairs showed some, but not enough insulation in those walls. Sean recommended that they hire a company to increase the R value of their walls by drilling holes, blowing in insulation, and spackling over the holes. Sean knew that most attics don't contain the 16 inches of insulation required to prevent massive heat loss. He found the R value in their attic was only R13. By adding new insulation, it could be brought up to R45, a major improvement. He also recommended replacing the basement windows.
Metal windows are pretty much the most conductive types of frames that you could have for windows. And most people these days are replacing the windows that they had in their basement like this with glass block.
After tightening up the air leaks, the next significant energy-saving step was replacing their old furnace.
Your furnace, which was pretty ancient, actually, that's a huge one for you. Your yearly savings we estimated at $1,000 from improving the efficiency of that.
The audit showed that the next highest energy use in their home was the category of lights and appliances. The family was already in the habit of switching off lights when they leave a room, and they already replaced a lot of their incandescents with fluorescents. But they still had high electricity bills, and Sean had several recommendations. For instance, replacing all of their incandescents except those rarely used.
For light fixtures, like in your kitchen or whatever, where you have them on 4 or 5 hours every day, you'll get a very quick payback for replacing those. So here we are, we've got a compact fluorescent in the same fixture. We've taken out the 150 watt light bulb. This one's using 11 watts.
It's less than a tenth of as much as the original.
Surprisingly, the appliance that used the most electricity in the Williams household was their clothes dryer, due in part to the fact that their dryer is electric, which uses more energy than a gas-powered dryer. Sean recommended optimizing efficiency by regular cleaning of the exhaust pipe and the lint screen, and by adjusting the setting to avoid drying clothes longer than necessary. He encouraged the use of a clothesline or dryer rack for damp clothes. Old refrigerators are notorious for wasting energy, and the Williams fridge was no exception.
You can see we've let this run for 123 hours so far since we plugged it in.
Okay.
And in that time, based on your electric rates with Detroit Edison, it's cost you $1.93.
The benefits of replacing their old fridge with a new energy-efficient one were obvious.
You pay for a new fridge pretty quick.
He advised them to look for a new fridge that qualifies as ENERGY STAR approved. The government rates the efficiency of all kinds of products, including electronics, office equipment, appliances, and even building materials. Sean recommended the ENERGY STAR website as a great resource for getting product information before shopping. Sean noticed that many electric devices were plugged in when not in use in the Williams home. Studies estimate that 75% of the energy to power electronics is used when the product is turned off. This is called phantom or vampire draw. Sean recommended unplugging chargers and using power strips as a convenient way to completely turn off computers and entertainment systems when not in use. Heating water was the third biggest energy consumer in the Williams home. The family already used a cold water detergent when washing clothes, which can cut water heating bills by $60 a year. And they already had their water heater's thermostat set quite low.
It's on the lowest setting, so that's good.
But their hot water heater was very inefficient, so Sean recommended replacing it with a new ENERGY STAR appliance, which has an energy factor of 0.65, one of the highest energy ratings currently available for water heaters. It's a gas water heater, which is more cost-effective than electric over the long run. Sean recommended several energy savers for the bathroom that quickly paid for themselves.
This is a low-flow shower head. It's a gallon and a half per minute, but it also has a flow reducer, so when you wanted to soap up, you would turn it down and then turn it back.
To get a little additional savings.
Yeah, so you would do some savings.
Shower heads are easy to install.
There.
So your existing faucet aerator that you have in your bathroom is using about 2 gallons per minute. The faucet aerator that we're using to replace it uses about half a gallon of water per minute. So there are going to be quite a bit of savings that you're going to get in water and also natural gas costs.
We do have a constant drip from our shower faucet, and we need to get that fixed and save water there.
Sean also analyzed the air conditioning use of the Williams home. He found their cooling costs to be fairly moderate, probably because they use their programmable thermostat to keep their air conditioning from running when not needed. Their AC unit is in pretty good shape, and they have lots of trees planted on the east and west sides of their home, shading their windows and their air conditioner.
The most exposed parts of the house are on the east and west. Later in the day, they're going to be getting a lot here on their western side, but not as much as they might if they didn't have these trees here, which are pretty beneficial.
Ceiling fans take a lot less electricity to achieve the same amount of cooling. Sean also recommended drawing the shades during the day to keep out the hot summer sun. With these energy-saving practices and renovations, the Williams family will save a lot of energy.
It's approximately half.
That's
So
a
we'd
huge difference in
we'd be
heating.
cutting your utility bills in half.
Sean calculated that even with a 15-year loan at 7% interest, the Williams family will still save $930 each year of the loan. And after 15 years, when the loan is paid off, the savings will increase even more.
It's been really surprising to me how much you can save.
Saving money is not their only consideration.
I think the effects of global warming are pretty obvious.
Most people are thinking about greenhouse gas emissions from their car, but our homes are also very serious emitters of greenhouse gases.
With these renovations, Sean calculated that the carbon dioxide emitted by the Williams house and by the power plants that generate its electricity will be reduced by 18,000 pounds every year.
My wife and I think about the future a lot now that we're parents. We see the direction that the world is going, and we want to do what we can to help.
The problem with our energy sources, there's some things you can renew, but there's some things you can't renew, like petroleum.
I'm guessing most of those will be gone by the time I'm still around.
We all can help. Every home is different, but this family's Energy Star rating was improved by well over 100%. Now is the time for us all to take action where we can truly make a difference in our own homes. No matter where we live, we all can save energy.